Today, we literally, like 2 seconds before I was supposed to go live, the internet went out. It was like, nah, you don't need us. My ISP's afraid. They're like, you need to stop doing what you're doing. So let me quickly hit share on everything. Mute that. We don't need that to happen. And then we can get this Q&A going. If you have any questions, please leave a comment in either the Facebook or our YouTube page. And remember, those are the two places we watch. Now let me jump over here, hit save change, go take a look at Facebook. Make sure we're actually live. Maybe I'm talking to no one. Maybe you're all not there. Here we go. I see everybody now. I see y'all pouring in. Welcome. Hey, busy day. Wow, what a day. YouTube TV Live went live today in about 5 markets, mostly major cities. Past that, Sling TV announced Showtime, and 5 other family-friendly, lesser-known channels were added. DirecTV Now announced that pretty much everybody's getting free HBO if you have Verizon, or if you have AT&T, their unlimited internet service. You get free HBO. Actually, I think HBO is free for everybody. I may have spoken that. But if you have the free Verizon, or AT&T, I can't speak. Okay, let's roll this all on back. If you have AT&T's unlimited data plan, you get $25 off DirecTV Now for $10 a month. That's a pretty crazy good deal. So that many other things happened today. But let's kind of dive into your questions. Kathy, Mark, Thomas, and Travis, good to see you all here. And it's good to see people pouring in on YouTube. YouTube's topping out Facebook today. That doesn't typically happen. That's good to see all the people over on YouTube. Welcome. And welcome to everybody on Facebook. Now I see them all pouring in. So good to see everybody everywhere. Let me quickly share this into our group, and we can get this ball on the road. Okay, hey, sorry about that. As long as you aren't on the promo, yes. If you are in the DirecTV Now promo, even if you have the unlimited AT&T, you will not get the promo discount. They pretty much consider that the promo. Hello, Matt. Good to see you there. Good to see everybody here. So many people pouring in early today. We're already at about 70 people, and we're only about a minute, 2 minutes into this. So keep the questions coming. What about PlayStation Vue? No news. Everybody seemed to have something saved up for when YouTube TV went live, except for PlayStation. They didn't do anything. Poor PlayStation. So keep the questions coming on in. You like it, Mark? He says he likes YouTube's TV, or are you talking about my live show over there? Any news on Hulu Live, when it might be available? No, nothing new on Hulu's new live TV service. It seems like they're getting close. We'll have to wait and see. Nothing new. I'm curious, how do you do? I'm curious, do you know more people have Sling Blue or Orange? You know, I think that all depends on what channels. Both are the same. It just depends on what you want in those packages. Charles says, I just downloaded Pluto TV. Pretty good for free. Yeah, Pluto TV is a great service for free. You know, you get what you pay for, but for free, Pluto TV does an excellent job of offering all kinds of content. Well, now that we're getting pretty close to 100 people, we are giving away an NVIDIA Shield. So check that out. NVIDIA Shield tablet game system. I am all over the place today. It has been one of those really crazy days. This is a 16 gigabyte version here. It comes with the game controller, the regular remote. We're giving this thing away. If you want to enter to win it, go to courtcarsnews.com. The very first post there is how to enter to win a brand new NVIDIA Shield, courtesy of NVIDIA. Will DirecTV Now add a traditional DVR? Roy, they've kind of talked a little bit about DVR. Oh yeah, well, we'll do it someday, maybe, possibly, who knows. Sadly, they don't really have anything. Comparing DirecTV Now and YouTube TV, I think DirecTV Now has better channels. For Life, yeah, I think it really depends. If you are somebody who gets your local channels with an antenna, that's a big hindrance to YouTube TV. I kind of question their philosophy of going after the largest cities, because those largest cities are typically the cities with the best over-the-air TV coverage. So it's kind of like, why are you doing that? You know, why would you subscribe to a service if it's already giving you great free over there? So we'll have to check that out. Daniel says, I'm not impressed with YouTube TV. I got it today and hate it already. Not only does it have almost no device support, but you can only stream it on the Chrome browser. Yeah, you need the Chrome browser. It's Google. They want Google devices. It only supports Google-related devices. And iOS will support it, but if you sign up through iTunes, you will pay a $5 extra fee. So keep that in mind. Now that Hulu is showing classic Disney movies, they're going to include the vintage movies as well from the 60s and 70s? Question mark? I don't believe so. I think what you see is kind of what the deal is going to be. But it's kind of cool. Hulu has been adding a lot of content. Hulu's getting really good at what they do. And so it's kind of nice to see. Gotta fix my microphone. I need to buy a new one. Kind of nice to see Hulu really doubling down on what they do over there. And I'm really excited to see what their live TV service is. I'll look at one thing. Yep, it's still there. I was just checking. I got this kind of half theory that Cox was going to delete that post they had, the anti-code cutting post, now that everybody's pounding them on it. I'm on Android for YouTube Live, and it still has like a multi-view. Mark, can you explain that a little bit more? Robert says, now that Sling TV has Showtime, will they get other networks? Probably. I'm sure Sling TV would like to get as many networks as possible within their framework. You know, they got to come to a deal on that. You know, it's not like they can just carry ones. Both sides have to agree to it. More importantly, it has to be some type of price agreement that everybody has agreed to, because the cost of it is a big issue. So hopefully soon we'll see a lot more. CBS owns Showtime, so I wonder if Sling TV will get CBS soon. You know, it's a good question, because this is the first CBS-owned station that's on Sling TV. A lot of promise, you know, once you get the foot in the door, as they say, then maybe we'll see some local Sling TV, CBS affiliates popping up. When will Roku have DirecTV Now? Your guess is good as mine. They say sometime in 2017. I don't know if you saw our Twitter post, but Sling has been trolling DirecTV Now pretty aggressively, and DirecTV Now responded once, just saying, hey, we're working on it. So, fun days at seeing all these live TV streaming services fighting over each other. It's like being the girl everybody wants to go to prom with, and you get to pick who you want to go with. All these cable companies are fighting over everybody out there, and it's great. Not a thing I ever had to deal with in high school. No one ever asked me to prom. So it's kind of nice as a cord cutter to kind of get that experience. When Sling will be available to authenticate and more on-demand services. Stanley, Sling is pushing it into their app. A lot of the content that's out there in other apps and other services is available through Sling. And the reason behind that is services like Sling pay money to be on, for instance, watch ESPN. So you have to pay a fee. So the more they get, the higher they have to raise their cost. So keep that in mind. Is there a way to watch ESPN Classic, MTV Classic without on a streaming service? You know, you used to be able to MTV Classic on PlayStation View, but they dropped that. Can somebody help me remember? Does DirecTV Now have MTV Classic? Let me know. That'll be a huge help. Hey guys, what do you think is the best option for any type of DVR for antenna at the moment? I recommend two. Either Channel Master, where if you want a more traditional user interface where it plugs directly into TV, or on the tab below if you want a network DVR. Typically a lot cheaper than a TiVo, but TiVo is on sale right now, so if you can get a good deal on that, that's not a bad way to go either. I like Tableau for the networking. I like to have one DVR that's accessible on all my TVs, so that's pretty nice. Brian, I believe everybody's saying that yes, DirecTV Now has MTV Classic, so that'll probably be the best way to go there. DirecTV Now. Double check that. When you sign up in the process, you can go through all the channels. Double check that. Okay, several people have told me now that yes, DirecTV Now has MTV Classic. Just make sure to check which package it is on. So many of these out there to keep track of. Thank you to everybody. Brian and Daniel and everybody else who I missed. Yeah, that's great. Knowles, you don't like the HD Home Run. HD Home Run is great if you're really into that. I think the issue I have with the HD Home Run is two things. First of all, you have to plug it directly into an Ethernet port. Often where the best place for an antenna is not where your router is. Number two, I'm not a big fan of all the work you have to do to set it up. It's not quite as easy and user-friendly as a Channel Master and so forth. I don't know. You also, if you want a DVR and HD Home Run, you need a computer or other device running to be the DVR, where I would rather just have a Tableau or Channel Master be the DVR. Do you foresee any of the services providing 4K experience? I'm sure it will come at some point. No idea when, though. You see 4K cropping up more and more every day. If you're buying a new TV, I would recommend getting 4K. I think you would be happy with that purchase in the future. All right. If I missed your question, please re-ask it, and I'll do my best to answer it. When is the new Roku OS coming out? I'm not sure about that. They're working on it. Spring only started a week and a half ago, so the spring updates got plenty of time to come out. And Roku is very consistent with their spring updates. The last few years, they've always rolled out one sometime in spring. No, on MTV Classic, it's on the Go Big and Above package, so you're going to pay at least $60 if you want to get it. Yeah, that is the downside about the Go, if you want the classic ones. I believe some of the MTV Classic stuff is available on Amazon Prime, or you can buy season passes on Amazon. So if you're really I just really want to see some old school MTV Road Rules or whatever, Real House or whatever, check it out there. All right, so hey, wow. Okay, we're well over 100 people now. We are giving away a NVIDIA Shield. Go to courtcarsnews.com, and the very first post there will tell you how to enter to win. If you want to win a brand new, never opened, donated by NVIDIA Shield, 16 gigabyte version right here, we would love to help you hook you up with that, but you got to enter to win over at courtcarsnews.com. All right, so is YouTube TV coming to Xbox One? No, Waldo. You need a Google product right now. You either need a Chromecast capable device, or you're going to be watching it on your phone or tablet. I think that's a major error for them. They've kind of half-heartedly like, yeah, sure, we'll think about it someday in the future, possibly, maybe, something like Roku, Apple TV, whatever support. But you can tell that they got their finger crossed behind their back. They're hoping that this takes off and sells a lot of Chromecasts and Chromecast-enabled devices. I think that this idea that millennials want to watch all their TV on their tablet and phone is a little short-sighted. Yeah, maybe do they watch more than an older generation? Sure. But I think people still want, even millennials, still want TV on the big screen. I know we have a 16-year-old living with us. When she wants to watch TV, she's doing it on the big screen, even though she has an iPad. So keep that in mind. I would hope that I'd be able to get a la carte instead of lower tiers. True cord cutting to me seems to be with Netflix. Steve, the thing about true cord cutting is it's wherever you want to be. Cord cutting is about people having control and ability to pick what they want, not being told what they're going to pay for, what they're going to watch. So keep that in mind. That may be what you want, but it's really what everybody wants. A la carte is the dream, but the channels are owned by big media companies, Viacom, Time Warner, etc. And if you start saying, well, we're going to do a la carte, that means channels aren't going to survive. It's in the channel's best interest to keep the current bundle method. If you want to have ESPN on your service, you got to agree to carry all kinds of Disney-owned channels. And same with Fox. Fox is bundling in Fox Sports Go and others. So keep that in mind, that you may want that, but the channel masters will lose a lot of money on that deal. For life, so BestBuy.com is a little bit like Amazon, where people can post whatever they want. The 4K Chromecast is only supposed to be $69. Whoever is selling that at BestBuy.com for $135 is a ripoff. They're ripping you off. I'm not sure why that would be. I bet if you search around, you'll find cheaper. I have not noticed any issues with stock on the Chromecast, but maybe they sold out. And third-party people are doing what they do. They jump in and scalp the products. Larry, do you expect the new Roku OS to be significant or just bug fixes? I think it'll be a little bit both. I bet there'll be new features in it. Usually the spring ones when they do something big-ish. Two, there'll be a lot of bug fixes. A lot of what Roku's doing is on the back end. Roku's trying to give more and more options, more and more abilities to app developers to create bigger and better devices. Marty says, Hulu and DirecTV Now are my favorite choices with Netflix and Amazon Prime being the weaker choices. What is your favorite streaming service and why? During football season, probably Sling and PlayStation Vue. I love my football, so college football and those are great. I use a lot of Netflix. I've been really impressed with Hulu. I have to say I wasn't a big Hulu guy later. Recently upgraded to the commercial free just because they've got so much good content recently. Now, if you're an anime fan, Hulu's adding a lot of stuff, like even the Gundam franchises, which have historically never been on a streaming service, is there now. They're building bigger and bigger catalogs of back programming, so Hulu, probably I would have to give a thumbs up to. Stanley says, I got a Sling with some Roku boxes. Do you recommend Sling TV's Air TV in terms of performance and maybe OS update? Don't know about the support behind it. Cheers. If you have what you want, Stanley, I would not recommend changing. Sling TV's Air TV box is really made for somebody who just, all they want is Sling and Netflix, basically. And they want something that's super easy. They want over the air and Sling and Netflix all in one. With what you have, you probably got as many apps or channels. If you're happy with what you do, I wouldn't see a reason to upgrade. What are your thoughts on Amazon getting Thursday night football games? Do you think this could lead to more games in the future? Yeah, I think this is kind of one of those toe in the door things, slowly but surely. More and more places will go out there and offer support and offer devices for games and so forth. NFL is becoming more and more aggressive to reach cord cutters due to their slagging viewership right now. But they got the 10 Thursday night games on NBC and CBS. CBS now streams the Sunday games through CBS All Access in the markets where they have the rights for that. NBC is streaming the night game. I'm not sure if they used to be free, then they put it behind a cable wall, and now I think it's going back to free, but don't quote me on that. I think it's good. I think NBC or Amazon's uniquely poised for this kind of stuff because their model is to get the content and then sell you stuff around it. So you'll be watching it and you'll be able to pick up a Raiders hat or a Detroit Lions jersey or something right through Amazon. So I think Amazon's kind of uniquely placed to get sports, make that model work online, and pay sports networks what they want. $50 million is not something that a lot of streaming services can thump down. Amazon has the money to do that. Amazon's probably well placed for that in the future. Speaking of devices, I found that the Fire Stick is the fastest to get DirecTV Now. I signed up for DirecTV Now on another email Saturday. I got a Fire Stick today already. So you just got it real quick in the mail. They never shipped me mine. Never got mine. Luke, would you wait on buying the new Fire Box when it comes out versus buying the current one? If you want that one now, I'll buy one now. There's mixed results. Are we going to get a Fire TV sometime spring, summer? Less likely. You may be waiting until the fall, winter time frame. That's when they've been typically going out. But it's possible Amazon will rush one out. I would caution Amazon not to do that. Amazon is rushing things out, never ends well. So I would caution Amazon against rushing the product out. So for you, pick it up, buy it. I would feel pretty good. Jimmy asks, have you ever heard of Layer 3 TV? Yes, it's just cable. Layer 3 TV is cable online. It's cable service, cable packaging, cable pricing, cable terms and conditions. There is nothing cord cutting about Layer 3 TV. So, is Amazon updating the first generation? Yes, just today I got a story on it. They're rolling out the new user interface for first generation Fire TV and Fire Sticks. Kelly, Kodi itself is legal. It's the add-ons that are not legal. The add-ons that say if you get this Kodi, you can watch movies, TV shows, etc. for free. That's not legal. Always remember, you get what you pay for. If it sounds too good to be true, what can be done with the what can be done about the "Are you still watching?" message? Can FCC help? Okay, Mike, "Are you still watching?" message is a good thing. 3 things. Services like Netflix pay money by each episode you watch a little bit. And if you fall asleep and it runs for 24/7, just keeps going, that's a bad thing because Amazon is going to have less money to go buy more content. 2, it's good for you. About 60% of Americans now have a data cap of some kind. And for them, that "Are you still watching" message prevents them from blowing through their data cap as they sleep. So "Are you still watching" is a good thing. It is a good thing. Bill, Verizon Wireless, I'm sure you're covering this before. What hardware, software do you currently use? If you go into Court Cards News there, William, it's a kind of long post, but if you go into there, hit the search block and type in Ultimate Cord Cutting Setup, you'll find my full thing. But primarily I've been using Roku, NVIDIA Shield, and Fire TV are kind of tied for second right now. My 4-year-old daughter can use a Roku. When my parents come visit, they know how to use a Roku. It's just so easy to use. My personal money, Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon, I pay for it. Even before I became a Court Cutter, I had Netflix and Amazon. I added Hulu when I became a Court Cutter. And Sling TV when I want live TV. I found that Netflix, Hulu, Sling, PlayStation View, etc., to have that there are still watching message. However, DirecTV Now doesn't have it yet, but I'm sure they'll add it. Maybe that's one of the reasons why DirecTV Now is struggling. It's streaming out feeds, a ton of people sleeping in bed. So it could be or sleeping on the couch. It could be part of the reason why DirecTV Now is struggling. So keep that in mind. Comcast Sports Network or CBSN. Yeah, CBS News on Roku, all kinds of devices, a great one. Have you seen this offer? Great deal for TiVo. Yeah, TiVo Romeo is only $250, including a lifetime subscription. Limited time deal. So if you want that, get in on that. It's one of the few price points that actually make it kind of interesting. Downside with the Romeo versus like a Tableau and others is it's only on one device. It doesn't network in like others. You can't watch your Romeo TiVo stuff through that device when you're on the road. What do you think about our internet being sold? I think there's a lot of people trying to cash in on fear-mongering on that story. Effectively, what we're going back to is the old system. So about 4 years ago, that system was changed, which said that ISPs, which, newsflash, ISPs own ad networks. A lot of those ads you see on websites come from your ISP. And they said you can no longer track people to collect data to make your ads better. But Google, Facebook, YouTube, all those places could still do it. So it's really no different than that happens. If you really don't like it, there's ways around it. There's the privacy mode on browsers and so forth. That's my recommendation. You don't really need a VPN. Just launch your privacy browser and do that. If you want to use a VPN, you really want to make sure. Basically, they're using cookies to give you better ads is what's happening. It's kind of fear-mongering. Fear-mongering makes clicks. Fear-mongering gets sites money. So, here's the thing, Danny. If you're worried about a site places tracking you, don't use Google, don't use Yahoo, don't use MSN, don't use anything because they all track you. You go to Court Card News, the ad service on Google there is kind of tracking you. Same with others. So my recommendation, if you're worried about people tracking it, get a VPN. That is my recommendation. My other recommendation is people have kind of freaked out over nothing. Just to be honest with you. Google does it to you every day, and no one's freaking out about Google doing it. That is my personal opinion on that. But yeah, if you're worried about your ISP tracking you, be more worried about Google because Google knows a lot more about you. What is the best way to get AMC? Pretty much every service. Sling is the cheapest to get AMC. PlayStation View, DirecTV Now, YouTube TV will be adding AMC networks here in a few weeks, they said. Fingers crossed. We announced the giveaway on the site. We contact them directly. All the giveaways, the people have claimed their items and the items have been shipped. The current giveaway, though, if you're looking to win something, you can win a NVIDIA Shield. Boom. 16 gigabytes. Brand new. Straight from NVIDIA. Thank you, NVIDIA. And go to courtcardsnews.com. First post right there will explain how you can enter to win a NVIDIA Shield. Is there a more reliable authentication system coming for access to content online by app? hate signing in constantly. You know who does that pretty well? The best place is Google with their Android TV has a really good system where if you tell it to save a password, if I switch Android TV devices, it'll auto log me into Netflix, for example. But no, the biggest problem with that is just the fact that Netflix doesn't want to work with Amazon. Amazon doesn't want to work with Hulu. And then Fox doesn't want to work with Comcast. Comcast doesn't want to work with Time Warner. And they just don't want to work together. They're competitors. So keep that in mind. Yeah, for Troy's, excuse me. Yeah, pretty much every service out there. Or if you really want to watch The Walking Dead, the season's done. Go buy a season pass on Amazon. Watch it at your leisure. No commercials that way. I just got the Fire Stick and I love it. Thought it would be planning to upgrade to the Roku, but I'm not sure if it's worth it. What are the real day-to-day benefits of Roku? Roku does have a lot of apps that the Fire Stick doesn't have, but if there's nothing out there you're saying, oh man, I really want that service, and it's not on the Fire TV, then I don't know. I mean, there's stuff like News On that Roku has that Fire TV doesn't, Shudder, Sundance Film Now, and so on. So just, it's a personal decision. What you want, get it. Apple TV has a one-time process for signing in for apps. It's mostly for cable and satellite providers. Yeah, there's almost no cord cutting related supports that, sadly. All right, so you gotta love the Fire YouTube TV UI. You know, Norm, have you been playing with it? Do you like it? I hear some people like it. I hear some people hate it. So yeah, let me know. Do you have it, Norm? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Are indoor signal antennas normally affected by the rain? Terry Kimby cannot be. I find what typically happens with rain, if it's a really weak signal, can affect that. More importantly, if you got a tree blocking your signal and maybe the wind's blowing it back and forth, that can happen. But rain shouldn't have any great effect on an over-the-air TV signal. So, questions, comments, let me know. Keep them coming. All right, so let me see here. I'm just trying to keep track of everything today. Wow, we're already halfway through the meeting. Yep. Everybody wants to contact me today. Sorry, it's like the third phone call in a row. Let me remute my phone, and then I'll get back to you. Okay. All right, if you have a question, comment, let me know, and I will do my best to answer all your cord cutting related questions. I'm ready to drop DirecTV as I hate the Apple TV. Has Sling improved on Roku since launch? Yes, hugely improvement across the board, on-demand content, performance, everything. If you're thinking back to launch, it's a huge improvement. Dan says, I don't like the YouTube TV UI. It's basic, but it's just so basic you can't figure out how to do anything. I still can't find a way to record programs on YouTube TV. Jason says, is free HBO for all of DirecTV Now or just the unlimited AT&T customers? I believe that it is if you're an AT&T customer. I'll double check that though. Josie, we allow Kodi, but only the legal uses of Kodi. No promotion of piracy related content. So don't come here expecting us to explain how to use piracy add-ons. Thomas is asking about Pluto TV hiring a former VP of content from Comcast to help get content for Pluto. It just means, his acquisition at Pluto TV means that Pluto has better relationships with content providers because they already have somebody who has a relationship with them, which will hopefully mean that Pluto TV will be getting better content in the future. Norm, so in reply to Daniel's post about how he doesn't like the YouTube UI for YouTube TV, he says YouTube TV blows all the rest away. Go take a look. You don't need a sub to look. I have looked. I think it's just kind of one of those things. I think YouTube TV has made a major mistake in making it mobile first. I think there's a lot of hype that people just want everything mobile. They don't want to watch it on a big screen TV. I think that's a big mistake. I think people still want the traditional TV user interface. What's a good internet speed for a first-time cord cutter? At least 20 ml 20 down. Minimum 25 is pretty good. Anything over 100, you're really not going to see a big difference with cord cutting. 20 down will do pretty much everything you need cord cutting related. So keep that in mind. You know, you don't need to overpay for internet as a cord card. I wish Sling would get the Big Ten. I do too. I'm a Big Ten fan. Do you think this will happen? I think that Dish is coming up on a renewal for Fox, and what Sling TV's been doing is using Dish. If you want to be renewing with Dish, you gotta agree to be with Sling TV. I wouldn't be surprised to see that comes up soon. Can't wait for Amazon Fire to be built into TVs. Any ideas on features besides episode guide and normal Fire TV features? Not really. A quick bind the Fire TV TVs, Edition TVs, whatever, horrible name for a TV. It's gonna have a Amazon button on the remote, just like Roku does. So you can click that, go to Amazon Music, Amazon Video, launch in there. The over-the-air guide is going to be kind of built right into the home screen of the over-the-air TV shows. So a lot of focus on over-the-air TV. I got to play with a couple of them back at CES. I'm hoping, they said they're going to send me a review unit. I hope they follow through on that because I was a mixture of impressed and unimpressed with it at CES, but it was a pre-release unit, and fingers crossed. Is there any way not to have to be chained to the TV to watch PBS dramas live or have to wait till the next day? If you get PBS over there, buy a DVR. Get a DVR. That way you can watch it when you want it. Does Sling TV have 5.1 surround sound? I don't think any live TV streaming service has 5.1 surround sound right now. Hopefully soon. PlayStation Vue has a Big Ten network. DirecTV Now has a Big Ten network. And don't count me on this, but I want to say YouTube TV does. Somebody help me out. YouTube TV came out today. Remind me. Check. I know it's got most Fox content. Does it have Big Ten network? I have a second gen Fire TV. You think when Amazon launches the new Fire TV OS that the current ones will be able to upgrade to the to that, or are stuck with the current Fire OS? Daniel, everybody's getting the new update that's rolling out today. The update that the older version Fire TVs are getting are just the OS user interface that the second generation already have. So you already have what you like or what the first generation are getting. Waldo asks, what's the best streaming device? Depends on what you need. If you have a ton of iTunes movies and TV shows on iTunes, get an Apple TV. It's the only way you can watch it. Roku has the most content with the easiest use user interface. Some people like an Android TV and they like Fire TV because you can monkey with it a lot more. So get what you like. Okay, yes, YouTube TV has the Big Ten network. You can use video on demand with PBS Passport. Yeah, you can do that too. But $60 a year, in a few years, you could have bought a DVR. That's what Dilbert says. He says buy a DVR and stop paying monthly fees. All right. So if I missed your question, please re-ask it, and I'll do my best to answer it. But since we're getting close to 200 people right now, please visit CoreCardsNews.com if you want to win an NVIDIA Shield, 16 gigabyte, brand new second generation with the remote and the game controller. Love my NVIDIA Shield. So CoreCardsNews.com. First post right there will tell you how to enter to win. What are your thoughts on Set TV? Set TV. I'll make sure I'm Set TV. I've reviewed this in the past. I'm assuming you're talking about Set TV now. That is piracy. I'm pretty convinced it's piracy. They reached out to me once, and as soon as I asked them for like, hey, are you legit? They stopped replying to me. Yeah. So my theory is that they are a piracy-related service. If they're not, they probably should have answered my email. They contacted me, but as soon as the conversation went to, are you legit? They ran for the hills. 4Life says, I hate the Apple TV remote. Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I think the Apple TV remote's the biggest failure of the Apple TV. I know some people like it, but I think it's one of those things. Trying to solve a problem that doesn't exist. So, Pace View. All right, so keep the questions coming. I got a little over 10 minutes right now. I'm going to call us a little early today. I got an early morning meeting tomorrow. But we're going to keep doing our best to help you guys and ladies get the most out of your cord cutting experience. So keep the questions coming. Do you know anything regarding Verizon's Fios new IPTV service? It's coming sometime this year. It's a leak right now. It's not public. They haven't publicly come out and said it. Last I checked, it was just Forbes, people who know people who are knowledgeable of the source. I just got Fire TV and love it. Oh wait, I already answered that question. I think I need to refresh my page. So keep the questions coming. Wow, over 4,000 people have visited us so far today. Crazy high viewership today. Awesome. Ton of good news today though about cord cutting. Josie says NFL deal for, I'm assuming me with Amazon. What my thoughts are on that. I think it's great. I think more options the better, and Amazon's kind of got the money to buy up these rights. I hope they get more rights to NFL games. I wish I could get a direct answer on my US TV now being legal or not. I don't think it's legal, Daniel. I have reached out to them, and here's why I really don't. They don't respond to my emails. 2, NBC, when the Golden Globes happened, said we do not have rights to stream it online. No one streamed it online. Not Sling, not PlayStation Vue, not DirecTV Now, not NBC. Except for US TV Now. They streamed it. Even after NBC said we can't stream it, we don't have rights for that. So it's probably not legal. Is there a service just for sports? Fubo TV is pretty much just focuses mostly on sports. It's a pretty good live TV streaming service. They need to add ESPN. I'm sure they're working on it. If they get ESPN, it'll be a totally different game there. Do you know anything regarding? All right, I already answered that earlier, but no, there's nothing new. No official announcement on the Comcast or Verizon live TV streaming services that are coming out this year, but they're working on it. Does Plex DVR support live TV now along with recordings? You know, I have not tested it in a little while. I will check in on that and try to get an answer for that. It's been a while since I've used it. I don't use Plex as my primary. I do have Plex Passport. I do use Plex a lot, but I don't use it as my DVR. All right, are we back? I think I'm back online. Question is, are we back on YouTube and Facebook? Hey, I think I'm here. Question is, did anyone stay? We'll have to wait and see. Here we go. Russian hackers took me out. No, maybe it was Comcast. Maybe Comcast kind of worked with my ISP, and they were like, this guy is being too good at his job. He's convincing too many people to become cord cutters. We need to shut him down. So I'm blaming Comcast. I don't have any proof of it, but that doesn't matter in today's world. We don't need proof for this kind of stuff. So keep that in mind. You know, the tough part here is I'm not back on Facebook. Let me relaunch this on Facebook. Unfortunately, that means there's going to be 2 videos here. All right, so I'm back on Facebook. Sorry about that, everybody. Just lost internet. I lost internet just like 2 minutes before this happened for like 3 minutes, and now I just lost internet again for about a minute. Hopefully, that is not a reoccurring issue here. Clearly, they're scared of us. I don't know if you saw that really scary Cox Cable horrible propaganda post about how bad cord cutting is, but clearly they're so scared of these weekly Q&A sessions that they're trying to disrupt my internet service. I don't know. In this day and age, you can just say anything and make anything up, right? You don't have to prove anything. You just make an allegation and put it on the news. So I'm back. If you guys can see me, leave me a message, hit the like button, let me know I'm back. But if you have any questions, let me know. So I was saying, says Daniel, any more details on CenturyLink's OTT service? CenturyLink is working on a streaming service, but we don't have any new details of that right now. It looks like it's going to be more focused on just inside their market where they have access similar to Comcast. Excuse me. Yep, we crashed the feed. I don't know if we crashed the feed or we just scared the ISP. Just canceled my Cox Cable last week. Could not be happier. Well, welcome to the cord cutting world. Suddenly I have to cough though. Hold on one second. There is pollen in Texas, and that gives me sometimes some allergies. But here, we got about 10 more minutes. Let's get some more cord cutting related questions in. What a great day, though, for cord cutting. Do you know if Sling TV will be offering local network programming? They do already in some markets, Rob. Sling seems to be pushing more the idea that you're going to get an antenna. They'll come to your house through their new Air TV program, and they'll install an antenna in your house. They'll do everything they want. So, yeah, I think Sling is. They just struck a deal with CBS to get Showtime. Maybe that means CBS locals at some time. But they definitely are pushing the idea of local channels first. In your opinion, do you think all the competition will eventually lower prices? Yes, I think competition is good for cord cutters. You already see it happening right now. Any other service besides Sling TV that streams live cricket? Not sure. Sling's got a pretty aggressive, fairly nice cricket package. Past that, I'm not sure. Thank you for the excusing. Comcast is apparently going to get involved in the cell phone service. Yeah, they are. Everybody is. Dish is also going to get involved with it. They're launching a 5G network too, but they're probably 2 to 3 years away from that. Anything about DirecTV Now? Android TV? No. Nothing new, nothing official for that or Roku. So keep the questions. Wow, a lot of people hung around. Thanks for hanging out here while we had a brief internet outage. So keep that in mind. Didn't Comcast go with Verizon years ago? Yeah, well, they didn't go with Verizon. Comcast in the past was like if you could bundle a service with Verizon and get like a discount. I think they still did it for quite some time. Is it true that Spectrum is charging $5 extra for cord cutters? Spectrum has been raising rates $5, and it seems to be related to if you don't bundle. I called Spectrum's charter there, and they did not reply to my request for comment. Have you heard of Go90? What do you think? It's primarily on mobile devices. It's pretty nice. They got Babylon 5. They just struck a deal with Time Warner for a bunch of content. So that's cool. What am I watching on Netflix? American Dad right now. I actually am kind of a little bit behind on watching stuff. So sadly, I don't have anything really to say on that. I've been so busy with the business. Running the site, it's been very busy recently. Will Twitter sell NFL games? No. Amazon has them this year. Twitter only paid for 1 year, and Amazon paid 5 times what Twitter paid last year to get the rights. Comcast is a different beast now since it includes NBC Universal. Do you think DirecTV Now will add additional streams? I think they're just going to keep 2 for now. You have to pay money for that, and they're not willing to pay money right now. At least that's what I suspect. All right, so HBO. Yeah, so speaking of what everybody's watching, what are you all watching? Leave me a comment, let me know. And do my best. So we are giving away an NVIDIA Shield. Cord Cutters News has turned 4 years old this year, or this month, I should say. And to celebrate, we're giving away a NVIDIA Shield. So check that out. Visit cordcuttersnews.com first post to enter. Secondly, if you really like what we do here, if we help you get more out of your cord cutting experience, visit patreon.com/cordcutters and donate $1. This is my full-time job. This is how I'm supporting my family, and running this site costs money. So if you really like what we do, donate $1. Yeah, you were watching Bob's Burgers until they got rid of it. Iron Fist on Netflix. Grace and Frankie. Bates Motel. Veep on HBO. Yes, Robert, you will need Amazon Prime to watch the NFL games this year. So check that out. I think we're going to wrap this up here, though, in about 3 minutes. So get your last questions in real quick if you have any. Do you think CW will ever go to 3-hour live TV blocks? Maybe. We'll see if they can think it's profitable. Asking about Italian TV. As far as I know, Sling's the only one with the international package in Italian. I don't know of any others, unfortunately. Sorry. I'm not very up on what the best way to watch Italian TV is, other than I know Sling offers a package. Started watching Daredevil the other day. Yeah, I hear that's pretty good too. So, real quick, I just want to stop and say thank you. Cord Cutters News, 4 years old, coming up here in a couple days. Wow. I was literally just starting it as a hobby because I did not like the I did not like the coverage the cord cutting was getting. Hold on one second. You're choking me. You guys are all choking me up. But yeah, so started Cord Cutters News 4 years ago this month. Was not happy with the coverage cord cutting was getting online. Just kind of wanted to do it for fun. Had no reporting experience or anything like that. Started it and it's taken off. Now millions of people come to Cord Cutters News every month. Wow. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. If it wasn't for all the readers, I wouldn't be doing this for a full-time living the last 2 years. 2 years now, this has been my full-time job. So thank you for your support. Thank you for everything you do. I really appreciate it. So thank you. Joshua says, what are the Kodi boxes and are they legal? Kodi boxes typically are referred to as just those Android boxes that people preload Kodi and a bunch of piracy add-ons. If it's promising you free movies and TV shows other people are charging for, it's not legal. Nick, I have an article already today about YouTube TV. I will have one tomorrow breaking down it compared to all the other services. Thank you, Chad. We do these live chats every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern for 1 hour or so. So every Wednesday you can come here and get your cord cutting related questions done. Really appreciate everybody's support. If you have a question outside of that, on Facebook, just search for Cord Cutting Tech Support. There's a Facebook group there with over 14,000 people in it. Cord Cutting Tech Support. You can also find it at the bottom of every one of our posts where you can go and post your question there, and there's thousands of people who will do their best to answer it for you. Have you signed up for YouTube TV? I have not been able to get a review contract. I live outside the market where YouTube TV is offered, sadly. Do you have an article? I'll answer it. Is there going to be a DirecTV app for Roku? Yes, they have promised it. It is coming. They just won't tell us when. Do you know when YouTube TV will be available to everyone? Probably not. YouTube has decided that they're going to go market by market. The reason why they're in the big cities is because those big cities are owned by the network, so NBC can give rights. Now they're going to have to go city by city and acquire rights from content owners. So it probably will go national, but it's going to be a long, slow process. Remember, PlayStation Vue tried this at first, and they gave up on it after a while. So it'll be interesting to see if YouTube, gives up on it. If Google has better luck than Apple did with it. So it'll be interesting. Discovery Networks contract due soon for Dish. I don't know. Unfortunately, I'm not sure when that's due. So do I, but I fooled my... Yeah. I'm not playing those kind of games. I'm sure they don't like me enough already. All right. So last chance, but again, thank you for everybody. Thank you for your support. If you want to run an NVIDIA Shield to celebrate our 4th anniversary, we're giving one away. Go to cordcuttersnews.com. First post right there will tell you how to enter to win. If you really like what we do, go to patreon.com/cordcuttersnews and donate $1. It really helps us keep going. This is all funded basically by ads, with a lot of people using ad blockers. That comes harder and harder every month. And, people like you doing stuff like donating to Patreon. Any thoughts on Antenna TV being in 4K? I don't think Antenna TV... You're talking about over-the-air TV, not the TV station Antenna TV. Yeah, they have a new standard coming, and they say that 4K antenna over-the-air TV is probably going to be here in the next 2 to 3 years. No update for DirecTV Now and Roku. If we hear anything, we'll post it. 72-hour playback is on DirecTV Now. Again, some channels, not all I hear. I'll have to check it again, see if they updated it more today. Will there be an update on View interface on Roku? I'm assuming somebody's working on it. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. So, Hector, welcome. I'm happy to hear it's your first time here. We're here every week answering your cord cutting related questions. So, feel free to have it. Last chance to ask a question if I can speak. My allergies are really bad today. Been coughing and hacking all day. All right. So, but if you have any cord cutting or questions about Cord Cutters News, let us know. It's hit or miss. Rewind from the beginning works on most channels now. So, which is pretty nice that they're bringing that back. That's a feature I'm not sure. I think they took that down just because they couldn't handle the traffic. All right, everybody. I am going to call that. That is it. Thank you, everybody, If you want to win an NVIDIA Shield, details up there. If you want to donate to support Court Cards News, patreon.com/CourtCardsNews. Hope you all have a great week. Remember, if you have more questions about cord cutting, go to CourtCardsNews.com, click on the Cord Cutting 101, or on Facebook, go to Facebook.com and then just search for Cord Cutting Tech Support. It's a Facebook group, about 14,000 people. They're willing to help you with your cord cutting related questions. Take care. See you next week, 7 p.m. on Wednesday, every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern.